Right, the first thing I want to talk about is a lot of people as we get older, one of the main problems we have is problems with the joints, in particular hips and knees. Okay, that's what most, or what a lot, that's probably the most common complaint for older people who are training in martial arts. What I want to talk about is taking the pressure off your joints. And I'm going to start with stances. The easiest one to demonstrate with is probably the horse stance to start off with. Now, a lot of people teach or have been taught that you push your knees out, and that's supposed to be good for stability. Okay, you push your knees out and you kind of like dig in with the blade edge of the feet. Now, excuse me. Now, that is not good. Okay, you are putting lateral pressure on your knees outside, and your knees are not designed to take pressure that way. Your knees are they're a hinge joint. Okay, they're only designed to bend one way. They're not designed to bend sideways. Only go one way. So when we're standing normally, your hip joints, your knee joints, and your ankle joints, they're all in a straight line. If it was to kind of like bend our knees or do squats or whatever, then from the front, those joints are still in the same alignment. So when we're doing our stances, okay, they should still be in that alignment. Okay, so looking from the front, hip, knee, ankle, they should be in line with each other. Pushing the knees outwards, like I say, we're creating lateral pressure on those joints, which isn't going to do them any good. Trust me, I've had quite a lot of trouble with my knees, especially kind of about 2 years ago. They're a hell of a sight better now. But as someone who's had a lot of trouble with knees, believe me, you do not want to be putting lateral pressure, putting your knees out. Now, there's another reason for that as well. From there, I'm putting the pressure on the blade edge of the feet. Okay, that is not natural. If you just try walking naturally, you find as you walk, you tend to put the pressure down on the ball of the foot, but on the big toe side of the ball of the foot. The weight goes down, big toe side, little toes go down to balance, and then as we step through, we push off on the ball of the foot, but primarily big toe side of the ball of the foot. We don't push off from the little toes. Yeah, it's the big toe and the ball of the foot on the big toe side. That's the power line. Now, if I go back into my kibidachi, my horse stance, like I say, if I push out, then the pressure goes onto the blade edge of the feet. If I keep that natural alignment of hip joints, knee joints, ankle joints, then the weight is now on where it should be, on the base of the big toe. And that's where I want it. That's the power line. That's the body's power line. Okay, that's where you want the weight to be. Also, when you're in a forward stance, again, same thing. People sometimes say, push that knee outwards. Exactly the same thing. I'm putting natural pressure on that knee. It's supposed to be, make your stance more secure or whatever. Rubbish, I'm sorry, but first of all, you're putting lateral pressure on that kneecap. And secondly, if someone did come along with a hefty kick that way, your knee's in a very, very weak position. There, putting it back in alignment is a much stronger position, okay? You want it in alignment, so when you're looking from the front, hip, knee, ankle, all in line. And the acid test is, where is the weight on my foot? If the weight is on my foot is on the base of the big toe, then I've got my alignment correct. If your weight is on the blade edge side, on the little toe side, then your alignment's wrong. Bring it back in, okay? That will protect your joints. And again, as you step through, where are you going to push off? You're going to push off the base of the big toe, okay? That's where you want your weight, okay? Not pushing the knees out. That is very, very unhealthy for your knees. The next thing we're going to look at is stretching, okay? Now, a lot of people, when they're trying to stretch, they try and get their head down. Now, your back is a gentle S shape, okay? It goes out at the stomach, it goes back in and back out at the back of the chest. So, as we're stretching, we want to try and maintain that S shape as much as we can. Now, most people think, oh, put your head down. Now, when I put my head down, my back goes into a C shape rather than that S shape. So that is not really good for the spine. So I want to be thinking of keeping my back straight, and I want to think about getting the chest down. Don't worry about getting your head down, get your chest down. If you get the chest down, you'll get just as much stretch on that hamstring, okay? It won't lessen any of the stretch on the hamstring, which is what we're looking to do, but it will also kind of keep your back in a good position. Also, it improves the stretch actually. We kind of push out through the top of the head a little bit as well. Okay, that's a much better stretch for you than that one. That one is not good for your back. Keep it straight. The other thing which sometimes people do is they bounce, like this kind of thing. Now, that's not good either. Your muscles have got a built-in mechanism to protect your body from overstretching itself. So every time you bounce, the muscle body will tighten to protect you from overstretching and protect you from tearing. So if you go down and you relax, after a little while the body will say like, oh well, yeah, that hasn't hurt me. I'll relax a little bit more, let them go a little bit further. Then after a little while, yeah, that hasn't hurt, let them go a little bit further. And so on. But every time you bounce, like I say, the body is scared that the body is built-in mechanisms to stop you tearing your muscles. So it will tighten up and it will fight against you. So don't bounce with any of your stretches, right? Another very old stretch that we used to do quite a lot in the old days, although I've not seen it very much these days, is leaning forward and touching alternate toes. Now, if you do any course on lifting anywhere in the world, they will tell you do not bend and twist at the same time. Okay, so bending and twisting, that's a big no-no. Okay, you can bend and go down, maybe hold it one side. Yeah, that's fine. And then do the other side and hold it. But twisting, no, don't do that. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. You're asking for an injury doing that. The other thing is when you're doing any stretching, just try and relax as much as you can. A lot of people, when they're going down there, trying to, force it, just relax. Breathe normally. The more you breathe normally, the easier it is to get yourself down there. Okay? And again, chest down, not head. Breathe normally, relax. Now, another thing we need to consider is certain techniques will damage our bodies, okay, particularly kicks. One of the worst offenders in karate is the kiyagi, the side snap kick. Now, a lot of people struggle with that. I did a couple of years back, I couldn't do it. But there is no point in doing a martial art to try and learn how to stop other people damaging your body if you're going to damage yourself in your own training. Have a think about that. What's the point in damaging your own body, trying to learn how to stop other people damaging your body? So if there's a technique which does hurt your body, look to replace it. Using that kiyagi side snap kick as an example, my primary style is Shotokan. I say primary because I take influences from anyone that I can learn from. But the primary style is Shotokan, and we use the kiyagi in quite a few of our katas. Now, the original version, in the original versions, they tended to use a front kick. So if I take like Hien Yondan, for example, we come up there, do the kick, and then elbow strike. The original version was something like coming around hammer fist, meigeri, elbow strike. So if you can't do the kiyagi, change it to a meigeri. Change it to something you can do. And if you can't kick at all, then focus on hand techniques instead. Sometimes I talk to older people and they say, yes, but I want to do the full style. I want to be able to do all of the style, not just parts of it. I'm sorry, but you're missing the point if you think that way. If you can't do something that is functional, if it's not functional, then you're wasting your time, and you'll be damaging your body for something that will not be functional for you. The original karate and the Okinawan karate did not worry about styles. The original Okinawan karate just focused on what worked, and you was expected to adapt it to your body type. There's no phrase, Shi-ha-ri. Shi is to copy your master by rote and learn the basics and the principles from him. The ha is to add what's intrinsically your own, adapt it to your body type. And the ri is to transcend your master. Now, if you look at the second one, you was expected to adapt it to your body type and your environment. That was an expectation. A lot of people tend to look at it today as, oh, but I'm not doing the proper style if I can't do that side snap kick or whatever. Well, I'm sorry, but the original style or the original approach was adapted to your body. And that's what you should be doing, particularly as you get older. Adapt it to what suits your body. And if you can't do something because it causes you pain, don't do it. Find something else to do. Adapt it to suit your body. That's the original way. That's the traditional way. Okay? If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please leave us a like and a comment below. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm and helps our ratings on YouTube. So thank you.